Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. Today, we're going to be talking about the U.S. Department of Transportation and how between the years of 2015 and 2021, the damage has been done. So whoever takes over that organization, like Peter Buttigieg, he probably doesn't even know. And by the way, they still sit, the Department of Transportation still sits on ANSI, the American National Standards Institute Board. So I'm going to say this from David Foster Wallace. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. And let's continue on. This video, again, is about Americans are unaware of China's influence over the Department of Transportation from 2015 to 2021. The damage has been done. Here you have them sitting on ANSI's board, right over by the FBI, right over by the CDC, NIH, FDA, FAA, et cetera, and you have corporations like Boeing, Lockheed, Johnson & Johnson, and Pfizer, all of them having quality FUPAs sitting on the Dalai Lamas of quality. We're going to continue. And here's Mr. Peter Buttigieg. It was tough to get him out from behind, but we did. You also have this. ANSI is the American National Standards Institute. It's a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental corporation that has both federal agencies and corporations on board. Several of the federal agencies have people who are getting money from ANSI. We have all that tabulated, and it's absolutely disgusting. And when we were down in Washington, we talked to this judge magistrate from one of the agencies, and he said it's not allowed for a person to sit on a private corporation's board, and especially get financed by them. I don't know, maybe somebody, who the heck knows. This is Randy Daugherty in 2015, was the vice president of ANAB, chairman of the IAF, and he was also the principal on the IAF tax report. The International Accreditation Forum is #1 incorporated in Delaware. It is an association of accreditation bodies. He handed over leadership to this communist Chinese national who's been involved with our quality since 1994, Xiaoxin Wu. He is also at the time the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services out of Beijing, China. Okay, and you have this mess going on, and he was there from 2015 to 21. You have ANSI, who took over complete control of the American National Crediting Board in 2018. And this is where the infiltration comes in. They were sitting on ANSI's board between 2015 and they were sitting on the IAF between 2015 and 2021. With federal agencies and corporations on board. And as a friend of mine, Rich, after 40 plus years in quality, just like me, he said, Daryl, it's not hacking, it's giving our data away. And we can see with the 10 different registrars in China that have an American-based accreditation body on board, infiltration is very easy. You can see from the board membership, ANSI, on the IF, ANSI ANAP, that there is easy infiltration. ANSI is the designer, developer, founder of the International Accreditation Forum. Now, the International Accreditation Forum has a sister organization in Australia called the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. In 2017, we have, here he is, Xiaoxin Wu, who's the chairman of the IF, and he's also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services, certifying the lab in Wuhan, China, the BioLevel 4 lab that released the COVID virus. Why? We have somebody coming up right now to confess to the release, without a doubt. And the scientists there, okay, in 2018, after he issued the certificate to a laboratory that was ill-prepared, the scientists there complained to an American contingency that went over in 2018 that they said that we don't have enough trained technicians. And in a CDC training document for virology labs in China, and the only one mentioned is Wuhan, China, it said the most important part of containment is having highly trained technicians. And he gave a certificate to a organization, to a laboratory that was not ready. In fact, we have Ms. Pamela Sale, who's a vice president of laboratory accreditation, who confesses to the release of the COVID virus. Very simply, it says one of the issues is that there is no commonly agreed upon set of standards that, and I'm going to add these two, but she says forensic labs, BioLevel 4 labs, phlebotomy labs, those are the two I'm adding, around the country and world I'm adding, have to follow. Instead, there are informal guidelines that labs choose to follow or not. So she basically confessed to it, ladies and gentlemen. And you have the factor, this is only one of the many that we have. This is a federal contract from the Department of State that basically calls out on the contract that ANSI, ANAP are the only ones to use, along with the IAF. And at the time, in 2018, they were controlled by Communist China. So our State Department, allowed Communist China in there through the ANSI, ANAP accreditation. And by the way, ANSI and ANAP are underwriters, which means, like for Boeing, they have issues with quality. The Alaska door pops off. I'm trying to get this to the lawyers. And for those of you who are watching this and you know anybody who happened to lose family on the Ethiopian Air, on the Indonesian Air, or the Alaska Air, give them this video, because you know something, their lawyers are not doing the job. ANSI and ANAP are underwriters, which means they take any systems failure or product failure, and that's got to be part of the lawsuit. They have to be part of that. My telephone number is 203-556-1493 or Daryl, Daryl, TQRS at yahoo.com. I do this to inform you, ladies and gentlemen. I inform you. And, as Confucius said, it is not the droplet of water that wears away the mighty stone, but it is its persistence. And once again, as David Foster Wallace said, the truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. And I thank you.